Hello everybody, it's Fung here again. Today we'll be talking about the charges and expenses of mutual funds and ETFs. And again, the information here is sourced from the book The Truth About Money by Rick Edelman. So getting started, there are three kinds of these charges. There's commissions, fixed operating expenses, and variable operating expenses. So getting started with commissions, they're also known as sales charges or loads. And again, these are to provide compensation to those who sell the funds, right? People make money off of selling the funds, right? So that's why they have commissions. And then next are the fixed operating expenses. These are for the predictable operating costs, right? Payroll, rent, technology, marketing, etc. And this is all charged as an annual fee known as the annual expense ratio. And for mutual funds, this is typically 0.2% to 2.5%. And for ETFs, it's typically 0.01% to 1%. Now, these expenses, right? The fund's results come after the expenses. So if a fund says that it made 10% gain, right? It had a 10% gain, and it has a 2% annual expense ratio, technically it gained 12%. I mean, for us investors, that's still 10%, but I'm just telling you guys how it works, right? It comes after the expenses. So this is the reason why many of the fees go under the radar, is because you don't really see it, right? It comes after, or the results come after the expenses. So next is the variable operating expenses. This is not included in the annual expense ratio, and it's only found in the statement of additional information, right? The SAI. And the SAI includes the brokerage commissions and trading expenses and the shelf space payments. So the brokerage commissions and trading expenses. So when fund managers buy and sell securities, right? They have to pay the brokerage commissions just like us when we buy and sell stocks, right? So because of this, when they constantly manage and buy and sell, the cost of those commissions is then going to get passed to us shareholders of that investment company. So we're going to have to pay those commissions. And this basically means that the fund manager doesn't really have an incentive to minimize on the commissions, the brokerage commissions, because we're paying it anyways, right? If we were to buy and sell stocks on our own, we'd probably want to minimize how much we pay through commissions or as commissions, but this time they're managing it for us, right? So we just have to suck it up and pay those commissions. Next are shelf space payments. These are similar to how supermarkets work, right? So for supermarkets, a food supplier will have to pay extra money, right, for their products to be displayed on the, easily accessible ones, or the ones that are at eye level, the better shelves essentially, or areas. So similarly, fund companies pay brokers to sell their funds, right? It's like an advanced form of advertising essentially. So that's also the reason why that there's these hidden payments, is because of these, and the average SAI expenses were annually 1.4%. This is from 1995 to 2005. So when you add this number with the annual expense ratio, that becomes 2.3% that you're paying annually, which is a good amount, right? So recapping everything that we learned, first is that there's three kinds of charges: commissions, which are just when you pay the people who sell the funds; the fixed operating expenses, which are seen under the annual expense ratio; and the variable operating expenses, which can be found in the SAI. Now, it's just, the rule of thumb here, or the thing, the takeaway here is that you should just be aware of the expenses of your investments, because apparently 65% of investors don't even know that their funds do have expenses. So that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, do what you will. You guys are not obligated to do so, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.